Gonna do a quick video. This is a 1995 Cadillac Deville concourse. My daughter was given the vehicle from her grandmother as a graduation gift. She's graduating from high school this year. It was given to her early last year, and it's just been sitting in the backyard. Had a problem with the starter initially, is what they told us. Car wouldn't start, and we towed it home. I was told by mother-in-law if I could fix the car for her, she could have it. So anyway, issue was car wouldn't crank, wouldn't start. They told me that when the problem first started, actually the car was turning over and just kept turning over and over and over, and then all of a sudden they started getting smoke from it and they started just yanking fuses. So anyway, it's been sitting for over a year now, and I come to it and it won't even turn over. I check fuses, and the first thing I find is this 50 amp fuse right here is blown. This is to your crank start, to the ignition, so if you come out and you have no crank at all, check this 50 amp fuse. It's the first thing you want to do. Second thing is there's another fuse in the back here in the glove box you want to check. Right here in the back, go ahead and pull this cover off. There's a 10 amp fuse right here, the top one. It says right here on this little deal here, actually says crank fuse right there. Let's see if my thing will focus. Anyway, it's the top left fuse. It says crank, and you can actually turn the engine over and see if we get power on both sides. There will be no power at it, but if you turn the engine over to try to crank, you'll see that it gets power. So you want to check that. So those are the two things you want to check if you have no start. Second thing you want to do, well, let me first say I replaced the fuse and the car started, turned over, and drove it, parked it in the backyard, and it sat there for a year. And now here she is getting ready to graduate in a week, so we broke. So continuation, pulled out the car to get it ready for the season, and because she graduates literally in a week, and well, actually it was 2 weeks when we started this whole process. So she was graduating in 2 weeks, so I got the car out, checked it, everything was starting good. She just turned 18 this week, so it's a week until graduation, and we told her if she got insurance on the car, she could start driving it now. So she went out and got insurance, came home that day, all excited, drove it to the gas station, filled it up with gas, drove it home, and then when she went back out to start it, the damn thing wouldn't start again. And so anyway, check power. I want to let you guys know right here is the plug. This actually is the plug. There's a wire right here. It comes up and it connects right at the block right here, and there's a plug here that is to your starter. So you can take this plug, unplug it, and if you apply 12 volts to that plug, you should be able to turn over the vehicle. I actually used a remote starter button and connected positive cable directly to there, and actually the wire starts smoking, so I knew my starter was bad. So anyway, in order to change the starter, you got to take off the whole intake manifold. It's underneath this cover here, the intake manifold. You got to lift it up. You do not need to disconnect the fuel lines at the fuel rail. Just take the fuel rail off, and I'll go ahead and, no I won't. Just go ahead and unbolt the fuel rail, and it will lift up and set to the side. And then the manifold, you can lift up high enough and just prop it off the top of the hood up here and just have it hang, and then you can get to the starter, so you don't have to take everything out and take everything apart. So I was able to change the starter, got the starter all back in, checked the fuses, everything, go to crank it over, and the damn thing won't start now. So I don't know, in the process of checking everything and I did check power here initially when it wouldn't turn over, and I did have power there, but now I go and recheck it and I have no power. So now I got to figure out, I have no power there. I checked the fuse, my fuses are good. I checked the fuses in the back, they're good. It's got to be the starter relay. So now where the heck is the relay? So here's where this video really came into effect, and wanting to make this video for you guys is I wanted to let you know where the relay is. But before I do, I want to let you know where the other relays are. So you got a fuse block right here, you got a relay here and here, and then these are all fuses. You also have a set of relays in here. If you actually lift this plastic cover up underneath this, you can actually remove, there's a bolt right here and there's another bolt on the inside over here. If you remove this, there's actually 5 more relays under there. Those relays that are under there are for your cooling fan, and something to do with the ignition. I don't know. I'm just letting you know there's 5 relays there. None of those are your starter relay. So I've been watching videos. There's not a lot of information on these vehicles, and some people say, oh, the relay's under there. No, it's not under there. Maybe in the newer models, but not on the 95. This is a 4.6 liter. So I'm going to show you right where the relay is. Okay, guys? The starter relay is right here in the kick panel. Remove this cover right here, and it's down here. Okay, you're gonna have to lift up this plastic piece here, and it's actually tucked away right in here. And this is your starter relay, okay? And it was bad. I replaced the starter relay, problem solved. So that's your starter relay right there. Also, if you ever have a flasher relay go bad, because I was trying to figure out where the hell it was, my starter relay, and I did take apart this stuff down here looking, and it did have an alarm system in it. So I had to check the alarm, which I did find a blown fuse in it. But in any case, that wasn't why it wasn't starting. But just to let you know, right in here, in this corner over here, is the flasher relay, right up here. So it's underneath, it's right on this pad here, just in here, and you'll see the flasher relay is right there if you're ever looking for it. So just thought I'd let you know, though, you don't need to get in here to get to the starter relay. It's literally right here in this kick panel. Just lift up, take this pad off here, and then lift up the plastic right here, and it's sitting right here. It's taped right there. And so that was the problem. I replaced the relay, and now the car starts. Problem solved. But yeah, I wanted to let you guys know that, because yeah, I was trying to figure out where the heck it was. I couldn't find any manuals on this damn thing because it's so old. And you know, we're in 2019 already these days, guys. So these cars probably weren't getting videoed for repair back then. And so there's just not a lot of videos on them, so I thought I'd make one. Anyway, I hope this helps you guys out in your adventures, and have a good day.